Welcome, anime fans. How you guys?
Depends how I feel, guys. I'm gonna probably keep that. If not, let's go, guys. 1, 2, 3. Welcome, guys. Now here's our review for My Hero Academia 223. So let the war begin.
Yeah, apparently the Liberation Army, or Re-Destro, just sent his declaration of war to Shigaraki and the League of Villains.
Hell yeah.
I mean, that's a very intense way to declare war, especially cutting up the fingers of Giron and literally making the hand gesture L, just to say Liberation Army.
He really was doing the whole gesture in all the places. And, like, whoever was his errand boy, he must have said, okay, I need to put these fingers in this place. However, put each finger in this direction and place it in this way. Like, that errand guy must have had the most difficult task to put and place the fingers in a certain position.
I mean, just have a picture of it and just place it there. Okay, here, okay, there, go, here, go. Separately, you can't see anything of it, but together you can. It's just that I'm wondering, why did the Hero Society ever pick up on that or check DNA tests or did anything to see whose finger that was? This is what I'm wondering. Like, who's doing this and which hero is doing the investigation for this? Because apparently no one's picking this up and no one's already trying to know what's going on or trying to solve, or maybe a new side of villains, which is the Liberation Army, but they haven't brought themselves out yet.
Before we go really in depth with this last half of this chapter, I really want to talk about the month and a half that Shigaraki has been going at it against, the way I'm gonna call him, Giga, because his name is too tongue twister for me. So when Shigaraki did not give up and versing Giga for a month and a half, and Shigaraki did not take a break. When he took a break, it was
little bit by little bit, but not as not a lot though. And like Giganto Machia, he's a really strong guy, man, with a lot of endurance and stuff. And he only needs like a 3-hour nap. And like
he fights for almost 48 hours and then takes a 3-hour nap. And I love about how this side of the arc about the League of Villains, the narrator of this is Splinter. And I love that because it gives them more in depth about Splinter. And I love how in his mind, he still talks about Stain ideology. He still sees Stain as his way of path. But Toga, who came from Stain to join the League of Villains, because what it seemed like and what kind of foreshadowed that Stain was part of the League of Villains, but he never was. But it's what the news put him as. And then Splinter asked him, "Why are you still here if your ideology is not the same as Stain no more?" He's like, well, as long as I can get love, that's all I care about. I'm like, so she stopped caring about Stain ideology. She more cares about
her own ideology, really, her own way of
feeling more of a sexual desire about blood and the craziness about Deku, Ochaku, stuff like that.
Yeah, and remember, it wasn't just Stain that was on broadcast TV and has thrown his message. It was also Deku too. He was and him, Deku, and like his other two heroes with him were all there fighting Stain. So maybe she saw both Stain and Deku at the same time and know, okay, I want them both. Or try
but remember, the news, the police did not let Deku's name and the other two heroes that were there on the news, because if they were
Todoroki, yeah.
They weren't allowed to be on the news because they weren't here yet, so they were getting in trouble.
Basically, yeah. And like literally Toga had to be there in person to figure out, oh, Deku was the one that helped him. I need his blood. And then, oh, I'm liking Ochako because she has a thing for Deku and her blood may be much more special in that sort of way. And she is really crazy in the head. And we all know that.
Yeah.
She just really, really wants their blood just to turn into them, which is even more scary. That's like wearing their skin. Silence of the Lamb right there. Definitely. And then we see Shigaraki. He's so still motivated into beating Giga.
Yeah, he doesn't give up.
A month and a half, he was like, he still smiled. He's still like happy, and it's like he's gotten much slower since the beginning. meaning he has so motivated that he doesn't want to quit. He will eventually win. That same motivation will get him his win against Gigamantia. And that's really all what Shigaraki needs to do in order to really beat the Liberation Army, if you ask me. Because I'm pretty sure the Liberation Army doesn't know about the Doctor and what he can do.
They probably don't because Doctor is a powerful dude, probably as powerful as All For One. He has so much ideas, so much knowledge, and he was the right-hand man of All For One.
And he's also well hidden as well. Like he can always hide somewhere else, new hideout, find somewhere else. And if something happens to Shigaraki, he can always use that same power to bring them back, to teleport them somewhere else in the world, and they could never find them that sort of way.
Most definitely. And I love how twice my favorite line in the whole chapter was like, new phone, who this? That was my favorite line of the whole chapter. I just want to quickly add that.
Two personalities, like Deadpool, be like, "Oh hi," and they're like, "We haven't talked. You haven't answered my phone in a long time." Like, but thank you for picking it up this time. Literally, the whole split personality, that sort of way. And then next thing, "Oh, I'm sorry, that was my fault. I've been holding him hostage for over a month and a half. But you know, he's tied up right now. We cut up his fingers so he can't hold on to a phone. But you know, you can't talk to him, that sort of way." But yeah, that was one way to get in contact with the League of Villains. I'm kind of surprised that the League of Villains didn't know that they were being traced by that cell phone.
Yeah, that was a poor move of them. But also, I love how their Giran is a great loyalty guy. He had all his 5 fingers and still did not say a peep.
He didn't snitch. He was not a snitch.
That's loyalty. I'm sorry, but if you broke 3 fingers, I'm good. After all 5 fingers, I'm sorry. I would have snitched already. I'm like, yo, I'm sorry, but here. I don't want my whole 10 fingers to be gone by now. Here, I'll tell you everything.
Yeah, he's not like 6'9", right?
Yeah, that's definitely true.
But yeah, didn't snitch, but the League Liberation Army still figured out the entire plan anyway. Like they fixed this list and he finds out all the names. And now the Liberation Army has over 100 soldiers in their possession, or on their side. And they're pretty high powerful people. Apparently, there's some kind of connection within the military or something, because they can use the satellite and find out where they are, where Shigaraki was.
116,000 soldiers. Hopefully, it's around the world, because they said that it's spread around the society. Hopefully, it's around the world, because I want My Hero Academia to spread more around the world, not just Japan. I want it to spread because I feel like it's too enclosed Japan. I feel like it won't spread too much. But I feel like My Hero will hopefully in the future spread more around the world. It could be much better series like that, that's my opinion. But if it is like that, around the world spread, that would be a great way to open My Hero deck to go more around the world.
But yeah, I think it definitely is not. It has to be around the world. It can't just be Japan in itself. Also, like, gotta say, like, Re-Destro, which is Yotsubashi, I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's taking over his father's place as the new distro, calling himself the Re-Destro. And right now he's doing the new Liberation Army's work of giving Shigaraki an ultimatum. He tells them, either you come to where we are and have our fight with us, and you guys lose, we get the credit. The Liberation Army's big name that took down the League of Villains, and they've captured Shigaraki, took down the League of Villains, and they get all the popularity stars. Or if they don't come in, they'll call the heroes, tell them where they are, and the heroes will go after them.
We will send
either way,
Endeavor, Esha, Miruku, Cross will send one word from us, and it will instantly surround you. So yeah. I love the last panel, a declaration of war. I love this.
I mean, this is great. But then again, I don't think they understand the secrecy of the League of Villains as well. Because remember, Dabi is still kind of recruiting, and he doesn't seem like he's been back with the Shigaraki group in a while. He still also has the other secret nomus that the doctors have, and he's probably playing around with them. And then also Hawk, he's the double agent, if everybody remembers back then.
Well, he's a double agent that is working for the government of Japan to infiltrate the League of Villains.
Yep.
So it's everything is going around behind the circles. Can't wait to see come full circle and see everything come together.
Yeah, you definitely see something come together. The Liberation Army, they seem to have their own kind of secrets, but I don't think they know the entire secrets of the League of Villains. And also, Shigaraki's already close to beating Giganto Makia. That's what I feel. And once he does beat him, the Doctor would join Shigaraki's side, and even more secrets of All for One would be revealed.
Most likely by chapter 224, he will beat it, or chapter 225. But I also want to add before we go that I love how in the panel where there's a gorilla in the back and says the company Feel Good Inc. and that's also from the song, so that's pretty dope.
Yeah. He doesn't look like any other the Gorillas member, but I mean, I feel like it's the most common name to use, the Feel Good Inc. It could be like a drug company, or apparently it's an IT company though. So, but yeah, there's a lot to go on. I could probably see the Liberation's Army versus the Gigantomachia that now works for Shigaraki, and the other Nomus.
Yeah.
Remember,
so many things could happen in the next couple of chapters of where could it go if this war will be happening, and how would it affect the society of the heroes of Japan, because we still don't know if this is going to be affecting the whole world, or if there is a different type of society going on outside of Japan. So I'm really curious to know if this is going to go delve into the outside world of Japan, because that's how I see it. That might be happening. Hopefully it does though.
I'm wondering if any of the heroes will be involved into that war or that mess, or like be at least in the middle of it.
And which side do they take? Because technically, this is technically like a civil war of villains.
Basically, yeah. And they never heard of the Liberation Army. They only know about the League of Villains. So at that point, it's like saying, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. They might side with the Liberation Army because of that. So who knows? We have to see. I think I'm good. I don't have much to say anymore.
All right, guys. If we missed any talk about the chapter about the Liberation Army, Shigaraki, the League of Villains, the fight, and to talk about, comment down below your thoughts about this chapter. Like the video, subscribe as well, follow us on social media, join our Discord, support us on Patreon, follow us on Twitch. If we miss anything, join the description, follow the description, read the description, and the other guys. See you next time. Take care.
Peace.